Hello, hello. Welcome to this YouTube live where we celebrate the turning of the seasons through a yin yoga practice. For those of us that reside in the northern hemisphere, of course, we are transitioning from wintertime into spring. And for our friends in the southern hemisphere, you will be transitioning from, what is it? I guess you'll be going from fall into winter or summer into fall, I guess we would say. Either way, you're welcome to enjoy this practice. We will get started in about a minute or so that we can make sure that everybody that wants to be here will be here, and especially people that are newer to this YouTube live format that maybe are getting up to speed on the technology. I got my setup back here, so I got a bolster, a block, my yoga mat. Feel free to have any props that you like. I won't be playing any music during the live just because of copyright issues here on YouTube. So if there's any music that you would like to play in your space, feel free to turn that on as well. And thank you everybody who dropped a comment and shared where you're joining from. Always amazing to see that we have students and people in our community from really all around the world. It's been a very busy last couple of weeks for me. I just shot a new YouTube shoot this past Friday, filmed 13 classes in one day. The weekend before that, I filmed part 2 of my year-long sadhana program. And here we are doing the live next weekend. Lauren and I are filming a 100-hour meditation teacher training that will be available at Interdimension Academy. This time of year also, for those of you that haven't started my year-long sadhana program, this would be a great time to start your sadhana program. So we do have a link down below where we offer you a free class and also a 10-day free trial where you can participate in probably the most comprehensive yoga program that I've ever created, where every week for a year we're releasing new videos. If you like yin yoga, there's 12 yin restorative gentle practices. Anybody out there doing sadhana, drop a comment, let me know how you are enjoying it. I think that other than that, we should probably jump into things. What do you say? All right, let's begin our yin yoga practice, the turning of the seasons. And we will start by coming down onto our mats. I'm going to get the clock going so that we don't go over our 60 minutes. And stick to that as closely as we can. So come down onto your back. And then from here, we're going to come into the reclining tree pose by extending the left leg forward. Bring the bottom, the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh. If you want, you could always grab a block or a pillow, slide that underneath the outer right hip here. And then we'll cactus the arms open if that feels good. You're also more than welcome to bring your arms wherever it feels easeful for you and your body. And then feel free to close your eyes. Close the eyes is always a nice way to enhance the yin energy of going inward, going inside. As you begin to land and to arrive into these opening moments of your yin practice today. And then take a nice big deep inhale through the nose. Then out the mouth, exhale, let it all go, empty the lungs of breath. And there's a Shaolin expression that says that even the strongest tree must shed its leaves before it can bloom. So as we prepare to make this transition from winter into spring, as we shed any last leaves before the official bloom begins here in a couple of weeks. I invite you to bring into your mind, also into your heart, something that you choose not to bring with you into this new season, whether that's a negative habit, a recurring limiting belief, a toxic thought, relationship, object. What in your world and in your life can you shed, let go, so that you create room and you create space for the bloom to begin to happen? And then see if you can dedicate this practice to letting this go, having the courage, having the wisdom to be able to let go. So in whatever way feels right for you, internally, silently, or even out loud if you want, express in your own way the dedication of letting this go. And then take another deep inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, side out, let it go. As we take a last several breaths here in reclining tree. Good. And then from here, just bring the thigh, your right thigh, back to neutral. And then we'll take a couple of hip circles here, just circling that right thigh around. Then reverse it the other way. And then right arm will reach out to the right, left hand on that outer right knee. Guide the right knee all the way over to the left into a reclining twist. If you find that your knee's kind of hanging out there in midair, you may grab a block or a prop to go underneath that knee if you like. And then you can stay here, or option to come into cat pulling its tail, where you bend the left foot in and you reach down with your right hand and you grab that left foot. So as we prepare to transition into spring, in this sequence of yin poses, we will be focusing a little bit more intently on twists and also backward bends. The twist helps to facilitate the release, the letting go. The backward bend is right in alignment with the harmony of nature, of expansion and flourishing and the blooming that happens in springtime. And so using these kind of Ayurvedic principles to be right in sync and in harmony with the natural rhythms of nature. And give that left foot one last little tug. And then release the left leg back towards straight. Bring the right knee all the way back up to neutral. And then hug your left thigh in to join the right. Extend the right leg straight out in front of you. And then now bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Option if you want to place that prop underneath that outer left hip, outer left knee. Coming into reclining tree on the other side. The poet Khalil Gibran said that trees are like poems written across the sky. And in many ways, these practices of yoga are like poetry in motion. The motion in yin is naturally very, very slow. And by slowing things down, the fluctuations of the mind begin to subside. And very often the breath slows down as well. And then as everything begins to settle, kind of like what happens after you shake a snow globe, clarity begins to arise. Our senses become more sharp, more heightened. And we have a greater ability to see things as they are, no longer clouded by confusion and delusion. And this is the power of stillness that we acquire in our yin practice and also our meditation practice. And yin and meditation, in many ways, become one and the same. So for the duration of this practice, for this hour that we have together or so, allowing past, allowing future to fade away and disappear, and allowing yourself to drop deeper and deeper into the eternal now. Beautiful, nice and easily. Bring the left knee all the way back up to neutral. And then we'll circle that left thigh around and that left hip. And then as you're ready, reverse it the other way. And then now we'll extend the left arm straight out in front, or out to the side, I should say. And then left knee drapes over to the right, perhaps grabbing a prop to go underneath that knee. And then option if you want for cat pulling its tail as you invite your left shoulder blade down. And you come into a hybrid of both twisting and also backward bending. Give that right foot one last little tug. And then release that right leg back towards straight. Bring the left knee back up to center. And then hug both thighs into the belly. And then begin to gently rock forward and backward a few times. And then we'll rock our way all the way up to a comfortable kneeling position. So if you have a block, you can sit on top of that. We'll come into a little breath work that focuses and enhances the expansion of the chest and the lungs. It's called Voma number 1. So we'll pause the breath right in the middle of our inhalation, and then we'll exhale all the air fully back out the nose. So see if you can breathe with me. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, side out, let it go. And then we begin. Inhale through the nose, 1, 2, 3. Pause the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. And all the way to the top. Inhale, 4, 5, 6. And then exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Inhale all the way for 4, 5, 6. And then exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Inhale, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it all go. Taking a couple moments there to feel the after effects of Voma number 1, pranayama. Beautiful. Then from here, we'll get back into the postures. Shifting the face, the top of your mat. And then we'll extend the hands out in front of us. Open the hands out about the width of the mat. You may even want to turn those fingers slightly out as well. And then allow your forehead to start to draw either down onto a block, prop, or all the way down onto your mat, coming into Anahata Asana, keeping the hips up. And this is a little bit of spinal extension as you allow your chest and your heart to dip down as those hips keep sloping up. Just getting into some of the fascia that runs along the spine, especially the thoracic, the middle part of the spine. Beautiful. Start to ease your way out of melting heart pose, crawling those hands, those arms back in. And then from here, we'll tuck the toes underneath, feet flat, coming into a dangling standing fold. So this one will grab opposite elbows, have a nice moderate bend in the knees, relax the head, relax the neck, relax the face. If it feels good, you can sway side to side here as you gently coax the backs of your legs to open up, to release. As you also create some decompression in the spine, especially the lower back. Continuing to bring that gentle healing medicinal quality to these various places in our body that probably could use your attention, your affection. We take care of the body. In the yogic tradition, the body is considered to be a temple. And we have three temples. We have the temple that might be a physical temple that we go to honor the divine, to honor the sacred. It could be a church, a temple, a monastery, somewhere in nature. And we have the body temple. And then we also have the heart temple. And in the yogic tradition, the heart is the temple of the Atman, of the soul or spirit. And in my new year-long sadhana program, we really go deep into not just the physicality of who we are, but also the spirituality of who we are through a whole range of power yoga, yin yoga, restorative yoga, pranayama meditation, self-reflection, journaling, wisdom talks. And if you don't know, you can access that at innerdimensionyoga.com, my streaming platform, where all my programs, including Flexibility and Beyond, my 8-week yin yoga program, the Fountain of Youth, a yin program filmed in Bali, Sleep Well program to help you sleep deep at night, wake up feeling refreshed. And from here, release the hands, release the arms, bring the hands around behind your lower back, interlace your fingers, draw those arms towards straight, just coming into a delicious shoulder stretch release. Just nod your head, yes. Turn the chin side to side, no. Of course, knowing when to say yes and when to say no in our life is so important. To be able to have clear boundaries when we need to. Give that one last inhale, goodbye stretch. And then release the hands down onto the floor. Release the knees down onto the floor. And from here, we'll crawl the knees forward a little bit, cross the feet behind you, and release down into your sit bone. So for this next one, I'm going to grab a block and a bolster. If you have those, feel free to grab that. You can also use a pillow. And if you don't have the props, that's fine too. Not totally necessary. And then left leg extends straight out in front. And you're going to bend your right foot back by the outside of your right hip, setting up for a reclining half saddle pose. So you want your lower back, your sacrum to be right there at the base of your bolster or pillow if you're using one of those. And then either you can start to lean back onto your hands or your forearms or your bolster pillow setup. Or some of you, if you're very open in this area of your body, you may recline all the way down onto your back. There's an old Taoist saying that says winter teaches stillness, spring teaches movement, and a balanced heart flows between both. So let's come into that yin stillness here, reclining, half saddle pose. And if you're reclining back, take your time, no rush. Just begin to transition yourself all the way back up. And then we'll bring the sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh. Left hand comes behind you, little twist here. So right hand to that outer left knee, left thigh. Sit up tall as you inhale. And then begin to turn into that twist as you exhale. A lot of times people ask me how they should breathe in a yin style practice. And for myself, I like to come to what researchers and scientists describe as the perfect breath. The perfect breath is said to be when you are inhaling for about 5 seconds. And then you're also exhaling for about 5 seconds with a brief pause in between the inhalations and the exhalation for about half a second or so. And this slows the breath down to about 6 or so breaths per minute. And to give you context, the average person is breathing about 15 to 16 breaths per minute. And typically in the animal kingdom, the animals that breathe the slowest are the ones that live the longest. So this kind of breath is incredibly restorative for the nervous system and is said to increase longevity of life. But the breath isn't heavy, it's not intense. It's just a nice, gentle fluctuation, continuous and seamless with a soft yin-like quality to it. So you can explore that. And we'll give that one last little squeeze, and then ease your way out of the twist. If you have your props behind you, you may want to slide those back off to the side. And then we'll lean over to the left and then extend the right leg straight out in front. Bottom of the left foot to that inner right thigh. Reach the hands, the arms out in front of you, and we'll come into half butterfly pose. So hands just grab whatever feels natural for you. There was a wanderer who was lost in a dense forest, who encountered a wise yogi who lived beneath a giant banyan tree. And the wanderer asked the yogi, "How do you never lose your way?" The yogi smiled and said, "I am like this banyan tree, rooted deep into the earth. And when storms come, I bend, but I do not break. And my roots always guide me back to presence, back to stillness, where I remain unshakable, unbreakable, never lost, and always at home wherever I am." The wanderer found his own banyan tree, meditated underneath it, and also felt an unshakable sense of belonging and being at home. You might imagine that your yin practice today is happening underneath a beautiful tree. And as that tree begins to plan for springtime, like the tree, you plant your roots deep into stillness and presence. Couple more breaths there. Beautiful, you guys. Slowly begin to transition all the way back up. And take that left knee, bring it back up, extend that left leg out in front of you. Take a couple moments there. And then we'll set up for that little trifecta series on the other side. So if you use some props to go behind you on the first side, you can set that up again. This time, right leg stays straight out. And setting up for a reclining half saddle. Nice backward bend, nice stretch for the left knee, the left thigh, the top of the left foot, the sacrum. So just lean back to your own blissful degree and indulge in a sweet yin pose. Good, and then that's it for reclining half saddle. Slowly begin to make your way all the way back up. Feel free to slide your props off to the side. And then now we'll bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left eye. The left leg just stays as is. So that left knee still bent, left foot on the outside, the left hip, right hand towards the floor behind you, left hand to your outer right knee, right thigh. And then inhale, elevate tall through the chest, through the torso. And then on the exhale, roll the right chest open, coming into that twist on the other side. Now, there was a Zen master providing teachings to his student, and he said, if you're carrying a cup of coffee, someone bumps into you and the coffee spills out, what caused the coffee to spill? And the students almost immediately replied, what caused it was someone bumping into you. And the Zen master said, nope. What caused the coffee to spill out was the fact that the cup was full of coffee. Had there been tea in the cup, then tea would have spilled out. Had there been water in the cup, then water would have spilled out. In a similar way, when the challenges of life, when you face difficulty and the universe knocks into you and bumps you with these moments of adversity, these situations of challenge, whatever is inside of you will also spill out. And if inside of you is anger, rage, negativity, toxicity, resentment, then that's what will spill out. Adversely, if what's inside of you is positivity, joy, goodness, compassion, benevolence, then when you get bumped with challenges, then that's what will spill out. You see, life gives you the cup, but what goes into that cup is completely up to you. So in my sadhana program for a year, every single day, we get onto the mat, our yoga practice is our sadhana, and we empty the cup of negativity and toxicity, and we fill the cup with positivity, goodness, meaning, and purpose, health, and vitality. And it's that daily practice that dictates what's inside of your cup. Give it one last little squeeze. Turn the gaze forward. Slowly release out. Lean to the right and then extend the left leg straight out in front of you. Setting up for a half butterfly on the other side. Both arms come up and then fold over and down. Half butterfly, other side. And slowly ease your way all the way back up. Bring the right knee back up. Extend that right leg straight out in front of you. Take a couple moments there. And then go ahead and ease your way now down onto your back, down into reclining for a moment, both feet flat on the mat. And then we'll bring the left ankle on top of the right knee, right thigh. You could stay here, or you could reach your left arm down through the legs and grab either the back of your right thigh, or reach a little further forward and grab the right shin, coming into reclining pigeon. And give that one last little squeeze. And then keep the left leg as is, but bring the right foot down. Cross the left leg over the right. Shift the hips a little to the left. Extend the left arm out to the left. And then we'll come into a wrap leg twist here, letting the knees fall gently over to the right. Find the position for your head, your neck that feels right. Whether that's looking over to the left, looking up, or even over to the right, sometimes can be nice. And then bring the knees all the way back up to neutral. Unwrap that left leg. Set the right ankle on top of the left knee, left thigh. And then you can stay there. You can slip the right arm down through the legs. Lao Tzu said the river does not force its way, it follows the seasons. Be like the river. So just allow these poses to come to you with effortless grace, never forcing, never pushing. Always an invitation as you yield to that natural river of time and the process of healing that our yin provides. Beautiful. And then left foot down, flat on the ground. Right leg wraps over the left. Right arm extends out to the right. Shift the hips a little to the right. Then take those knees over to the left. Wrap, twist, other side. Beautiful. Bring the knees all the way back up to neutral. Unwrap the legs. If you want, you can slide your pillow or your bolster to go underneath the knees here as we set up for a final rest, Shavasana. The Native American tradition, they say the land sleeps under the snow, dreaming of green. So too must we rest before renewal. So we come into this final pose of rest and renewal. Take one last final deep inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it go. Shavasana. And from here, take a deeper inhale through the nose. And then exhale out the mouth, let it go. And then draw the knees, draw the thighs back into the belly. And then you can either roll over onto one side or gently rock and roll your way up to a last final seated position. And once you find your seat, go ahead and bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Close the eyes, sit up tall, slightly bow the forehead down. At the beginning of our practice together, we dedicated this practice to releasing, to let it go, to shedding. And now as we finish our practice, I'd like for you to bring into your mind, to bring into your heart, something that you would like to strengthen, manifest, attract within your life. Who do you want to be for this new season of spring? What are the qualities that you want to strengthen within yourself? And then envisioning yourself making this transition from winter into spring as the embodiment of that which you choose to be. Bring the backs of the thumbs, center the forehead for clarity of mind. Fingers to the mouth for thoughtfulness of speech. Backs of the thumbs, center of the chest for consistency of action. Allowing your yoga to shine through all that you think, all that you say, and all that you do. Much health, much wealth, much love to you. Namaste. All right, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed that practice. Drop a comment down below and let me know how your practice was. Again, if you're interested in participating in my year-long sadhana program, you can start anytime, and that's available at interdimensionyoga.com. There's a link down below where you can get a free video, start the 10-day free trial. Thank you, as always, for being a part of the YouTube community here. Thank you for your practice. And I wish you an amazing and incredible transition into this new season of spring. So be the change that you wish to see in the world. That's it for now. We try and do these every month, YouTube Lives, and right now releasing a new YouTube class every Saturday. So thank you again. Have a great rest of your day and hope to see you soon. Namaste.